Live from the all-new Legend Studio in Ottawa, Tennessee, it's Tropical Country with B-Dawg and Lou, right here on Tiki Man Radio.
Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Hump Day!
There's a party going on around town. It's one rowdy cowboy throwdown here in H-Town, where we're stronger than a hurricane. From miles around, the best of the best come here to put their tough to the test. Give it all for gold or go home broke when they open up that gate. Welcome to the show, welcome to the home of the world's biggest rodeo, where the stars light up the night underneath that Texas sky. Welcome to the show, are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Welcome to the show. It's a Houston tradition, 4-H, FFA, and go Texan. And you can bet, son, it's gonna be around a long, long time. These riders and ropers give it their best. We'll show them how loud the hometown crowd can get. 'Cause tonight, y'all, we all got a little bit of cowboy deep inside. Welcome to the show, welcome to the home of the world's biggest rodeo, where the stars light up the night underneath that Texas sky. Welcome to the show, are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Where the Bayou City streets meet these country roads. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to the show. It's Tropical Country with B-Dawg and Lou, right here on Tiki Man Radio. It's another Wednesday night, and we are glad you are here, and we are glad to be here. And, hey, you can hear me in the mics, I hope. So we have made some upgrades this week, so we've gotten the proper equipment in, and I think you can hear us now. How about that?
I think so.
I think so, too. Well, hey, if you're new to the show, welcome. And, of course, this is Tropical Country, and we are broadcasting live on Tiki Man Radio, TikiManRadio.com, and the Tiki Man Radio YouTube channel, courtesy of the MFG Records Tropical Live Cam. Our show is sponsored by JBL Travel Group. JBL Travel Group is the official travel company of Tiki Man Radio and partner for the 3rd annual Tiki Man Radio Escape to Paradise, which they are going to the Dominican Republic. Jamaica was last year. To the Dominican Republic, and they're going to be leaving here really, really soon. So we're going to just be jealous and watch all the, see all the photos coming in on the Facebook, and just be thinking about, well, how can we make the next trip? So you too can jump on board next year if you haven't already. And of course, our show is also brought to you by Goaltending Services. GTS Charters is the premier charter service down in Key West. If you're down there visiting, make sure you get off to Vol Street and get out on the water and experience everything that Key West has to offer. It is beautiful scenery. They got sandbars. They got the backcountry. And GTS Charters has everything you need. They are handicap accessible from the dock, which is a big bonus
Big
right
deal.
there. Big
Yeah.
deal. And, of course, they are pet friendly because the first mate, she's a little cutie right there. Your canine assistant out there on the water. And, of course, they have bathroom on the boat. Not every boat can say that. But plus they have all the things you're going to need. They got chairs. They got paddleboard. They got everything that you need. And if you don't get everything before you go, that's okay. Because visit Goaltending Outfitters right there at 1150 Overseas Highway above the Hurricane Hole Restaurant at the dock. Goaltending Outfitters has everything you need. You can get your coffee, your snacks, your souvenirs, and your D-Test swag amongst everything else that they have. And they can even have Tiki Man's book, I believe, in that store. So you definitely want to check them out. If you are wanting to book a trip or get more information, well, give them a call at 305-916-0990. And also the show is sponsored to you by Party Dog Entertainment. What is Party Dog Entertainment? Well, Party Dog Entertainment is your one and only. And we are offering a unique experience for you to craft and design what kind of event that you want, because it is totally custom to you. You get to pick what music you want played, what music you don't want played. And of course, we will spin the tunes and MC it and get to keep everybody out there on their feet having a great time, because we want to provide you with the soundtrack to the memories that you're going to have of your event for a long, long time to come. You can give me a call at 423-847-2454 or email me at partydogentertainment@gmail.com. And of course, the website will be coming very, very shortly. We're trying to get an available website because, of course, Party Dog was already taken. So we're trying to make sure that we have an email that everybody can remember, and then that's all you'll have to do is just contact us through the email, and that'll give you all through the website. Yeah. Through the website. See, I got to get used to this kind of stuff. So this is Tiki Man level stuff here, our own websites and all that. Thank goodness I have a manager. And of course, you already heard it. She is the love of my life. She is the queen of the pondside patio, or the pond front patio. That, of course, that is Laura Lou.
Hey, y'all. How are you?
How are you?
I'm good.
Are you?
Yeah.
All right.
I was looking forward to this show because it's been a long week
It
already.
has been a long week, and we are going to have a great show. We have brand new music from Jason Acey. This is Hear It Before You Can Buy It stuff. So you definitely want to stay tuned for his new single. We also have the final question, the bonus question for the JBL Travel Group Travel Giveaway, which celebrated the beginning of our fourth season, our third anniversary, if you want to go by the Tiki Man. He hates it when I say the beginning of our fourth season, but also the opening of Legend Studios. So we have that final question. And if you haven't been playing and you haven't gotten all the other questions, it's okay. Go back, watch last week's episode. I put them all up on the screen so you can see them. And then you got to go watch the JBL Travel Minute and find all the answers. So, and I believe the Tiki Man's made it fairly easy. Just go to the Tiki Man Radio YouTube channel, and I believe you can just search for the Travel Minute, and it pops up. So that is good. So you can go and check that out. But we will be giving you that final question and also the information as to where you send your entry, because you're not going to send them to me. I'm not grading them. So we're going to make sure that all happens. So it's going to be a great show. We have, like I said, we have a lot of music that you've heard before, some you haven't heard. We're going to mix a little. We are totally going to go a little bit of coastal and country tonight because we've had a lot of things going on. We've met a lot of people, and it's just been the weekend was fun, and then we had to come back and then go to work. So that wasn't necessarily the fun part. But we look forward to every Wednesday night being right here with you. So, hey, like I said, I did a little things. You can hear us on the microphones now, hopefully. So if you're in that chat, give us a big old thumbs up if you haven't already, and let us know. Make sure that you can hear us. But, it's always been a little quiet in here, and I've been working on some things to try to, wash out some of that white noise and everything. So, we've always said, we got over here. We have our, you can look at that. Oh, wrong one. How about that?
What was that?
Well, that's what happens when you hit the wrong button, right? But how about we do this one?
I don't know. I'm looking at the ceiling right at the moment.
No, you're not. There we go. What the heck?
Nobody look.
Don't look. Don't look, Ethel!
You'll be getting dizzy. There we go.
Well, it's not working for me tonight. Here we go. One more time.
Uh-oh.
Nope. I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
I know camera number 2
Don't
works.
look, guys.
Camera number 2 works because you're on camera number 2. Well, you were on camera number 2.
What's going on with the cameras? They're possessed.
I don't know tonight. Let's see if we can get it here.
There we go.
Huh. So I think sometimes I pass. I think I push buttons too quickly, and it's like, hey, wait, don't go so fast. So I apologize if I made you dizzy, kicked in your vertigo or anything.
Well, I think the ambassador maybe.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that. And then the pygmies down in New Guinea. But anyway, we got our saloon door here in the studio.
Yes.
So we wanted to do something that help wash out that little bit of background noise because you've always, for the last 3 years, you've heard us in the chocolate bar, and that can get a little crazy in there. So we're sitting outside the saloon. So how about we just have a little bit of saloon noise. A little background noise coming from the saloon. You can hear the music in the background just a little bit. How about that?
I like it.
Does that take care of a little bit of that?
A little bit, yeah. Hey, the Tiki Man says there's a fly on the wall. He saw it twice.
It wouldn't be tropical country if something didn't go wrong.
Right.
Well, let's get into some shout outs.
Yeah. So I want to give a big shout out to the ambassador. She's out there tonight. And
Hello to the ambassador of all great things. She was going to try to be here, but she decided she needed to go home.
she acts like she's married or something.
I know, right?
Has got a man waiting at home for her.
She's got that bodyguard.
I know. Also, Mr. Callie McCool is out there.
Of course, that is Callie McCool. That is Mr. McCool. And, of course, with the student crew over there on Surf's Up here on Tiki Man Radio every Tuesday at noon. And that is Tiki Man Radio's partnership with the students of Antioch High School. And they are doing a fantastic job. And I'm sure they don't turn cameras so they're staring at the wall and make people dizzy. So they are absolute pros.
We also want to give a shout out to Monica.
Hello
and
to
Vacuum Cleaner Tom.
Hey, hello to Moni. That would be the producer of the big show, Sunday Mornings with the Tiki Man, right here on Tiki Man Radio every Sunday morning at 10. And it can also be viewed on the Island J webcam on the Tiki Man Radio YouTube channel. And hey, Vacuum Cleaner Tom, I have something just for you. Wait for it. A vacuum cleaner shout out.
He's been having a little bit too much fun this week.
I said I would get sounds in the soundboard, so
But that sound was pretty quiet.
yeah, I gotta turn that one up a little bit. It's one of them quiet vacuum cleaners.
Right. Well, I also want to give a big shout out to Mo and the Mystery Man. They're out there tonight, so hello to you.
Hello, guys.
And Miss Kathy Ledbetter says hello from Bossier City, Louisiana.
Well, hello to Kathy. We miss her and Darby really, really bad.
Yeah, Darby's out there as well. He says hello. He's loving the wall.
Hello. Thanks. I'm glad you like the wall. So the wall behind me looks a lot better than the wall over there. Now, eventually, we're going to have some more banners and stuff hanging up there. So
Yeah.
it won't be a blank wall, but we're slowly working on that. And of course, we got a couple more items to hang on the wall, sent to us in a care package tonight that we received from the beautiful Crawleys. So they say, that's a pretty nice country studio, but you're missing a little bit of Key West. So they sent us a couple of Key West things to hang up here on the wall so that we can live up to the tropical side of tropical country.
Also want to give a big shout out to Caleb. He's out there tonight. He says it's been a while.
It has been.
It has.
Where you been, boy?
Also, G-Raff and JT are both out there tonight.
Well, I am so glad that the tornadoes didn't hit.
Lord,
she called like at 5 o'clock this morning. She says the tornado signs are going off. So the weather we were supposed to get kind of went right on around us and
went north
and hit Ohio. So we're glad that they're all okay. And I saw where Wright-Patterson Air Force Base actually got hit by the tornado.
Yeah.
And, of course, that is the National Museum of the United States Air Force. Cool place. If you're ever in Ohio, make sure you get down to Dayton, Ohio to see that museum. And you need a whole day. You need to get there early and take the whole day because there is a lot to see there. So,
yeah, I've never gotten to go there.
I've been there twice, and both times I felt like I didn't have enough time.
Oh, I need to go. Let me see here. Z and G are out there. Hello, guys.
Well, hello to Z and G from Memphis, Tennessee. Hey, guys.
And Donna Cummings.
Hello to Donna.
And the Panther.
Gotta say hello to the Panther. I should have put a panther growl or something on the board.
Should have. Also want to give a shout out to Ed and Pat. They're both out there tonight.
Hey to Ed and Pat. Okay, wait for it. And I made sure I kept the volumes down because everybody said I scared the death out of them with the applause
that
was in there. So I turned everything down so it wouldn't be, I don't want anybody driving down the road and think, oh my God, there's a train coming up behind me. So I kept the volume down a little bit. But if you on the recording, if you say it's not loud enough, I'll crank it up. But
just a little bit.
It was just appropriate for a train man shout out because of course that is Get on the Peace Train with Ed the Train Man here on Tiki Man Radio every Monday night at 5 Central.
Well, Ed and Felicia are both out there tonight. Hello, guys.
And that is part of the Peace Train gang. So hey, and I come up with a fantastic idea for you, Pat. And it may be something you've already thought about, but it was something that had run through my head a long time ago, and then it was one of those, fleeting thoughts. Forgot all about it. And then this past week, it jumped in my head again, and I'm like, I know the perfect person to pull this off. So I got an idea for you, Pat.
Are you going to tell her, or are you going to do it private?
No, should I tell her?
Well, you can't leave her hanging.
Oh, okay, all right. So here's the deal. I used to work briefly for a material handling company because I retired from all the public safety and stuff about a year before we moved down here, actually. And I worked for a material handling company, which then caused me to work around rail cars. I was actually moving and staging rail cars and everything. And I always noticed, you always see train cars with graffiti all over them.
And some of it is so pretty.
So, and I thought, wouldn't it be cool if somebody went to a rail yard and took pictures of all the cool art that's all over these train cars and then make a book and sell the book of, call it train art or something like that.
Yeah.
And make there's your $1 million idea right there.
There you go, Pat.
So, I don't know. Maybe she's thought about it. Maybe she's done it. But I'm thinking, her husband works for the railroad and she can take photos. Sounds like me. That's a
perfect combination.
Perfect combo. So
that's right. Well, I want to also say hola to Verona Corona. She's
hola, down in Mexico.
Down there. She's in Cozumel. Also want to give a shout out to our new friends, Mark and Susie. They are getting married tomorrow.
Oh, and I'm so sorry.
Oh,
no, really? I'm joking.
There we go, Michelle.
I'm joking.
Did it already.
I'm joking. That's actually a Tiki Man response right there. So I've been spending a little time with him,
Yeah.
A little too much time sometimes. Because according to my wife, I act just like him sometimes.
Also, their friend Rich. They are all from Michigan.
I'm so sorry. All I got to say to you about that is OH.
And also, hello to the Golden Girl. She's out there tonight as
well.
Hello
to our producer manager. That would be Claudia Golden of Golden Entertainment.
And Little G says, hi, Mama and Papa.
Oh, hey, Grayson.
Hi, Little Grayson. We love you. The ambassador said, sounds like B-Dawg has another trip to schedule for Lou. Stuck his foot right in there, didn't he?
Let me tell you, we have been busy, and things are going to start getting crazy around here.
They are, and they started to get a little bit crazy last weekend. So we will tell you all about that in just a little bit.
Absolutely. And, I know from watching the Sunday show that I guess, I don't know if I'm getting a pink slip because, I haven't been showing up
He's
to work.
Be hanging out
haven't been showing up to work or anything
side.
Lately. So, I was sick and then we were out of town and, so I don't know. I may be fired and not even know it. So good. I guess we still are on the air, so I haven't been fired from this show yet. So that's good. That's a good thing.
I love the live chat. Mo says, it's not a compliment if Flora Lou says you're just like the Tiki Man. Just saying.
Oh.
Mo, I love you.
Oh my, that is one of those.
I love it. Monica said she's been watching the photos, so she already knows what we're going to talk about in a little bit.
Well, some of it.
Yeah.
Of course, that is some of it. So.
And Ed says he takes those kind of pictures all the time at the train yard.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you.
Now they just need to put it together.
Yeah, they do an awesome job with the Songwriter Showcase, the books they put together.
Yep.
I'm telling you, you get that thing, and I think you could make a good bit of money on publishing a book of train art. So all you got to do is put artist unknown, and you're okay.
Yeah.
You won't get in trouble for not having copyright stuff, because I don't think those guys really want anybody to know who they really are. So, because I think they want to avoid jail.
Well, you know, some people call it graffiti. Some people call it street art.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I love about Chattanooga is if you go downtown, there are so many murals. You know, some are literally graffiti, but there are such pretty just street art everywhere, and I think it's just gorgeous. Some of it's a little taggish, but a lot of it is
some of them just don't have
pretty.
that artistic ability as others.
Right. But yeah, that's one of the things that I love so much is the art downtown. And we saw some of that this weekend in Nashville.
Yeah, we saw a good bit of it up
Yeah.
there. So
That's actually where we got the idea.
Well, not really, because I had.
Well, you had it before.
Like I said,
but that's what
I'd seen all
reminded
this
you.
train art the whole time. You know, when I was hooking up and staging train cars and everything. You know, we'd always look at it and just like, wow. You
Yeah.
know, number one, this had to take a lot of time. How did they do it without getting caught?
Right?
Number one. But, you know, yeah, some of it is, you know, I saw, and what really got me was, you know, because there's railroad tracks right beside my school. So I'm standing outside, and sometimes when the trains go by, I can see the tracks plain as day, especially this time of year. And I saw one the other day, literally was the entire side of the train car, and it was a mural.
Oh.
And I'm just like, wow. And then that reminded me that thought that I had, you know, several years ago about taking pictures and putting them in a book. So yeah.
Well, and we were amazed, you know, I don't know how many of the rest of y'all think like this, but we were driving to Nashville and, you know, clear up on these super high railroad bridges and overpasses, you would see, or on the back of the big signs that hang over the highway, you would see all this street art painted up there. And I'm like, how did they get up there, first of all? And second of all, how did they do that upside down? Or did they have something a crane or something that boosts them up there? And how do they do it and not get caught? Those were my
Right.
3 questions.
especially because the interstate is kind of busy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if 24 ever slows down. So because
Right.
it's busy about anytime you go anywhere. 24 is a mess. So
Right.
I don't know how they do it without somebody calling in going, hey, there's a guy hanging upside down on a road sign
I know.
painting. You know, I don't know,
I don't know, but that makes them even more talented to me.
because they're slick.
I know. Way more talented than I am.
Yeah. What else you got over there?
Kathy, we're about to use that room in a couple months. Cannot wait. Callie wants to know, how did it feel standing on the gold spot at the Opry House?
Oh my goodness. I'm going to tell you what.
In the circle.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know and don't follow us, shame on you. But I finally got to cash in my Christmas present, and we got to go to the Grand Ole Opry. Well, a part of that was we got to do the backstage tours, and there's lots of things to see there. But at the end of the tour, you get to walk out on the stage at the Grand Ole Opry, stand in the circle, front of a microphone, and be able to get your picture taken. You know, and since I'll never be able to step in that thing as a musician, because I ain't, that's the closest I'll ever get to saying, you know, I was on the stage at the Grand Ole Opry. And I'll tell you what, it was, I described it on my Facebook that it was a lot like sticking, you know, when you ever go to the Science Center and they have that big thing that you stick your hand on, your hair sticks up, and you just, because you can feel all that energy. It was almost like that. It was just, I guess, realizing when you step inside that circle of all of the amazing talent throughout the years that has stood in that circle and performed was just absolutely almost to the point of being overwhelming in a lot of ways. So it was a very, very cool experience. You know, normally, you know, when you go to these places, people are like, hey, we want to take a picture, and, you know, it's going to cost you $35 to get this picture. that was one I did not hesitate.
That's the first time we've ever bought one.
Bought one of those
taken,
and was like, absolutely. So and that's why I made sure when I posted it on Facebook that this isn't a green screen. It's not one. We legit was on the stage at the Grand Ole Opry standing in that circle. And, it was just, it was very overwhelming, very powerful kind of moment and special because, I don't know if I'll ever get to do it again. Maybe not. But there was a lot of things that we experienced there that we're going to talk about throughout the show.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, we got some more shout outs and everything to come up, but I'm going to tell you, first of all, we got some new music. I told you Jason Acey has a brand new single out, and this is Hear It Before You Can Buy It. It's not even available on your streaming services yet. And Jason, he called me or messaged me and said, hey, I got to work tonight. Is there any chance that you can get that in the first hour? And I'm like, I got you. We can do that. So how about we just kick off the show? Jason Acey, Work in Progress.
Got $3 shades that I ain't scared to lose, and a brand new grass skirt, island girl tattoo. Walk everywhere, don't really need a car. Hotel to the water really ain't that far. Didn't take long, I kinda settled in. Now I don't know if I'm going home again. I've got rum in my cup, flip-flops in the sand, and this beach bar's got a pretty good little three-piece band. My ambition's on a mission to waste away, I guess. Don't need to watch all the clocks say 5. I'm really not trying, but somehow I'll survive. No, I ain't sunk down to the status of beach bum yet, but I'm a work in progress. Figured out when the locals say they wish the coast was clear, they want me to go away, but I'll be wearing out my welcome for a couple more days with a big straw hat that keeps the sun at bay. I got rum in my cup, flip-flops and sand, and this beach bar's got a pretty good little three-piece band. My ambition's on a mission to waste away, I guess. Don't need to watch all the clocks say 5. I'm really not trying, but somehow I'll survive. No, I ain't sunk down to the status of beach bum yet, but I'm a work in progress. Last night, talked her up for hours, thought I was doing alright, but when I made my move, she let out a big yell. Said a beach bum like me ain't got a chance in hell, but I got rum in my cup, flip-flops in the sand, and this beach bar's got a pretty good little reggae band. My ambition's on a mission to waste away, I guess. Don't need to watch all the clocks say 5. I'm really not trying, but somehow I'll survive. I ain't sunk down to the status of beach bum yet. No, I ain't sunk down to the status of beach bum yet, but I'm a work in progress. Yeah, I'm a work in progress. Yeah, I'm a work in progress. It's hard work, you know. Am I working hard or hardly working? It's hard to tell sometimes. Who knows?
Hey, this is singer-songwriter Jason Acey, and I'm listening, just like you, to Tropical Country with B-Dawg and Lou, right here on Tiki Man Radio. What could possibly go wrong?
Hey, y'all, this is B-Dawg.
And Lou.
From Tropical Country, B-Dawg and Lou, here to tell you about our sponsor, JBL Legends Travel.
JBL Legends Travel is your full-service travel agent. They specialize in cruises, all-inclusive resort vacations, destination weddings, and romantic getaways. They're dedicated to offering you the best prices and advice, all while maintaining an emphasis on customer service.
So don't hesitate to contact them so they can start planning your next travel adventure. You can contact them at 732-831-5200 or check them out online at jbltravelgroup.net.
Mom needs rest. We need a vacation. Daddy's stressed. We need a vacation.
I got my flip-flops.
I got the SPF.
Grab your Ray-Bans.
Let's pack your new summer dress.
Tell the postman he can hold the mail.
Let's point the car to a place where we can put some wind in our sails.
There's a little place down south where the sun comes out. With a swinging palm tree hammock we can lay in while the world turns slow. Let's go swaying in the tropical wind. Fall in love all over again. Baby, why don't you and me run away to the Alabama coast? Tired of raindrops,
Tired of clocking in.
I'll call my mama and see if she can take the kids.
It's been a long time since we've walked on the sand.
Or took a dolphin cruise, me sitting next to you, holding your hand. There's a little place down south where the sun comes out. With a swinging palm tree hammock we can lay in while the world turns slow. Let's go swaying in the tropical wind. Fall in love all over again. Baby, why don't you and me run away to the Alabama coast? Let's dangle both our legs off that fishing pier. Watch the stars come out and our worries disappear. There's a little place down south where the sun comes out. With a swinging palm tree hammock we can lay in while the world turns slow. Let's go swaying in the tropical wind. Fall in love all over again. Baby, why don't you and me run away to the Alabama coast? Baby, why don't you and me run away to the Alabama coast?
Alabama Coast. That is Adam and Amy Pope. So
That's a cool song.
that is a cool song. I found that. I believe that was one of the ones that was sent to us. So
Oh, cool.
yeah.
I love whenever I always like getting those emails. Like,
So, hey, check this person
yeah,
out. So.
yeah. Well, I want to give a big shout out to Mr. Joe Leo. He has chimed in tonight.
Of course, that is our OG sponsor, Mr. Joe Leo, JBL Travel Group, here. And, of course, we have the JBL Travel Group moment coming up here around the top of the hour. And then immediately after that, we will be giving you that final question toward the JBL Travel Group travel giveaway. So how exciting. And then Joe will be here, I'm assuming via video next week, unless
Next week?
unless you want to come and get
Joe,
him.
you making a road
You know,
trip?
you making a road trip, Joe? Yeah. And we're going to do the drawing live here on the air for those folks to see who wins those trips. I think that's pretty exciting.
I want to give a shout out also, Uncle Alex.
Of course, he was our cameraman tonight. I forgot to mention Uncle Alex is our cameraman.
Yeah.
He's out there chilling with Daggett right now.
He is. He's out there chilling with the dog. You know, Daggett has started looking for him on Wednesdays.
I know, right?
It's so funny. It's like he knows what time it is. I
Right.
get off work on, and what day, because I get off work on Wednesdays, and Daggett starts staring at the door like, is he in here yet? So he was all disappointed last week when Uncle Alex wasn't here. I also want to give a big shout out to Miss Beth Travers.
That would be the rock star herself, MFG Records, Beth Travers. And, of course, our wonderful sponsors of the Tropical Live Cam here on the Tiki Man Radio YouTube channel. And, of course, her and then, of course, Dave, they were both commenting about our trip that we had this weekend. And, you know, they both have played that stage of the Grand Ole Opry for many, many times. Dave commented that about our picture. He says, you see that piano behind you? I sat at that piano for 20 years.
Really?
So, yeah. I thought,
I'm telling
I'm
you.
like, they're just the coolest people ever.
I know, and I could sit and listen. And Beth is more quiet about it. She doesn't go into a whole lot of detail about it.
You gotta drag it out of her.
Yeah. But Dave
It's full of stories.
And you know, we had him on for our first show ever.
First show ever.
And I could have sat for another 5 hours and just listened to him tell those kind of stories about the things that he's seen and experienced and done. I just think that is so cool. Also, Beach Buddha is checking in tonight.
Did you say it?
I said it.
Of course, you can't say Beach Buddha without talking about the official coffee of Tiki Man Radio, and that would be Beach Buddha Coffee. It is the best roast, coast to coast. Take a trip with every sip. Go over to TikiManRadio.com and click on that coffee tab and see which roast suits you most.
And you're very welcome, Jason. We really love the song. That's a cool song.
I love it.
Yeah. And Joe says one of these days he'd like to make a road trip. Buddha said let's plan it for the four of us. So
nice.
Yeah. Also, Mr. Mark Mulch.
Hey, Mark.
He liked our video, but
we got to spend some time with Mark over the weekend.
We had such a good time. Mark found out that we were going to be in Nashville, and because we were talking about it last week on the show, I think.
Right.
And so he messaged us and said, hey, y'all want to get together while you're in town? And we did. It was so funny because as we're sitting there talking, he starts telling us this story. You know, Mark's been in Nashville for a long time. And so he starts telling us this story about his first day in Nashville. You know, a buddy of his helped him move, and he was getting ready to call it a night because he was exhausted. And they were like, no, we just got here. We got to go out and do something. So they went out. And they happened to see this new band called the Trailer Choir.
I know.
And as soon as he said that, I said,
you know Butter?
You know Butter? And he said, oh yeah, I've known Butter since, you know, before the band, before Vinny and Crystal got in the band and whatever. And we were just amazed. And who knew that Mark and Butter hung out together over the years and talked with Vinny and all of that stuff. So it was
kind of cool, the fact that we actually have friends in common that we didn't know we had in common. So
yeah,
because we've known Butter, now for what, about 12 years?
Probably 12 years, yeah.
About 12 years that we've known him. So
yeah,
it is really cool. You know, Nashville is a small, big town.
And that's what they always say.
Because, you know,
it's the smallest
How weird
city.
was that, you know?
Yeah.
So, and on the note of the Trailer Choir, Big Vinny, he was commenting about he's winding up for CRS, which is this week, which is the Country Radio Seminar in Nashville. And I commented on it, and I'm like, man, I wish we could have been there, but unfortunately we can't. I'm like, we just need to get you on our show. And Vinny commented back and said, let's do it. Let's get it scheduled. He said, give me a message, send me a message, and we'll get it worked out.
Yeah.
So, of course, I let my girl in the office know and said, hey, get on this.
I'm working on it.
So hopefully we will have the one and the only Big Vinny in studio soon.
That would be so cool. Vinny's got some newer music out. You know,
Yeah.
he was traveling with Butter in the Trailer Choir, and they're still good friends.
And they still perform together
still
occasionally.
Perform once in a while, but Vinny is now he was on The Biggest Loser, and lost a ton of weight and is just a muscle building beast.
He is now
mean,
a sponsored power lifter.
Yeah. And he ended up coming out with some new music over the winter.
Yeah, well, he came out, he released a Christmas song.
Yes.
And then he immediately followed it up with another song, which we've played on the show.
Yeah.
So, but, and I may or may not be playing it again tonight. Just
Oh, good.
Just the fact, when you're talking to the guy, you got to play his music.
Well, and, we saw him. If y'all ever saw the Trailer Choir, Vinny was the dude up there on stage doing the worm. I mean, he was dancing and jumping around and doing the worm on stage, and he was just the big goofy guy, right?
But he is a very talented singer and songwriter.
We listened to this song, and of course, B-Dawg knew who it was, and he said, listen to the song and tell me who it is. And I kept saying, man, he sounds so familiar. It was Vinny. And Vinny always sang background, so I didn't know.
Background and harmony.
Yeah, so I did not know that Vinny's voice was that good.
Yeah.
I was just amazed by it, so yeah.
Yeah, and it was kind of cool because Mark actually was telling us stories about them that Butter hadn't told us. As many times as we've been around Butter, we really never had the conversation about the beginnings of the Trailer Choir. And of course, initially, Vinny wasn't even in the band. And then there was this beautiful girl. Her name was Crystal Hoyt. And she was
your girl.
Oh. She was there, and she ended up getting on stage and singing with Butter. And of course, they were signed on Toby Keith's label at the time. They were working on getting they was in a development deal, I believe.
Yeah.
And Toby was like, this is great. Got Vinny, this is it. This is the Trailer Choir.
You three.
You three. This is the Trailer Choir. And I guess Butter looked at him and says, but she's not in the band. Toby looked at him and goes, she is now. So that's how the three of them got together as the Trailer Choir.
And when Toby Keith tells you somebody's in your band, somebody's in your band.
Toby literally put those guys together, which I thought was pretty cool. And Butter had never shared that story with us because, Butter's kind of, he's outgoing, but at the same time, he's kind of shy.
He doesn't brag on himself.
No, he doesn't. At all. He promotes the heck out of everybody else.
Yes.
But he also, right now, lately, he promote his brand because, since he started his new multimedia company there. Hooch Country there in Nashville, which he does a little bit of everything. They do podcasting, they do radio. He was actually
they do live events.
He do live events. He was interviewing artists on the red carpet at the CMA. So Butter is literally everywhere.
He is.
I always say that he's the sheer definition of ADD because he is like a fart in a windstorm. You just never know where he's going to be.
That's no lie. That is no lie.
Yeah.
Alex said he lost 130 pounds.
Mm-hmm. And a bunch of little golf claps.
I love it. Oh, no, it's buffering.
What?
It's done now. It's passed.
Oh, we'll say it.
It was buffering.
I don't know why.
I don't know either. But yeah, and then so we went to this cool little brunch place. It was a newer place. The wait was like an hour.
But the food was fantastic.
You had what? Sweet potato pancakes?
Sweet potato pancakes.
Because Mark told you how good
with
they were.
Pecans in them. Yeah, I was like, sweet potato pancakes. And he's like, oh, yeah, they're really good. They take and make the pancakes out of sweet potato batter and put pecans in it, and then they top it with cinnamon butter. Mm-hmm. It was delicious. So, yeah. We'll go there again for sure.
Yeah, yeah. And it was kind of a cool vibe to it too. And then we stood out in the parking lot.
Sweet Milk
forever.
was the name of the place, wasn't it?
Yes, Sweet Milk.
Yeah.
Yeah. We stood out in the parking lot for a long time talking, and really excited about what the future holds.
Yeah.
So, can't give away too much information yet, but
No, not until we're done. But, a lot of it had to do with networking and everything for my business and doing some things on that side, hopefully here real soon. And it looks like I may, hopefully, be doing some work in Nashville as well.
Yeah.
So, but we're already starting to put things on the books, which is very, very good news. So.
yes, it is.
I was kind of worried that nobody was going to call, but so far people are starting to call.
Yeah. The ambassador says, y'all ever been to the pharmacy in Nashville? Great burgers.
No.
No, I have not even heard of it.
No.
Where is it, Michelle? Yeah, I've not heard of that one.
There's new restaurants and bars popping up all over Nashville all the time. It just seems like when one all of a sudden goes out of business, boom, something's in its spot within a couple weeks. It doesn't take long for them to do turnover.
Yeah. Well, we did end up the only place, the day before, the day we got into Nashville, we ended up having lunch at Old Red.
Yes. And that was actually our
our one touristy, our second.
Yeah. Well, and that was the very first time. We've never been in Old Red. As many times we've been in Nashville, that place is always packed. And I think we went to go to Old Red in Gatlinburg, and it was like an hour and a half wait. And we were like, we can't wait the hour and a half. So we went someplace else and regretted every minute of it.
Yeah.
So, but so this was actually our first time to go. So we had lunch.
I'm telling you, if
in
y'all
Old Red,
ever
and
go
it
to
was
Nashville,
fantastic.
and you can't, if you ever go to Nashville and you're like, there's too many people here, this time of year, especially in the day during the
During the
daytime,
afternoon, yeah.
during the afternoon is the time to go down to Broadway, because there's not nearly as many people. You can actually go into a club and listen to the music and have a chair to sit on and eat some music. But yeah, Old Red was fantastic. The food was amazing.
Yeah.
They had a wonderful, I think she was kind of a rock singer. She sang a little bit of everything, I guess, but she was really good. And you know how I am with names. I don't remember.
And of course, she was on The Voice on Team Blake.
Yeah.
So, and then of course she was performing there at Old Red, so which was I thought really cool.
Well, the ambassador just sent us some info on it. Oh, they met Rick and Patty there one day for lunch.
Oh, cool.
All right. We'll have to check it out for sure.
Kaylee Bishop was the young lady that we got to see.
Yeah, you know what? And it just hit me. I know exactly who she is.
Yeah, like I said, she was on Team Blake.
She's fantastic.
On The Voice.
She is fantastic.
So, yeah, and I tell you, it was the weekend for The Voice, it seems like, because seeing her perform at Old Red, and then one of the acts that actually performed during the Grand Ole Opry, Larry Fleet, was also on The Voice, and we learned
he was fantastic.
We learned something about him that we didn't know, that he's from here in Chattanooga.
Yeah,
that guy, when they introduced him from Chattanooga, Tennessee, I'm like, wow, I'd heard his name, and I think I saw an episode of him on The Voice, but I had no idea that he was a local boy. But now he calls Nashville home, and between being on The Voice and playing the Grand Ole Opry, he also wrote a hit song for Morgan Wallen. So he's doing okay.
He wrote the latest. If y'all have heard the song, it was a duet between Eric Church and Morgan Wallen.
Yes.
He wrote that song. Larry Fleet did.
Yeah, how cool
or at
was
least
that?
co-wrote it.
Yeah, how cool was that?
Yeah, he was a very welcome surprise. He was really, really good.
Yeah.
And then
he reminded me a lot of Tyson Lehman too.
Yes, his voice reminded me a lot of Tyson, and kind of his style too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was super good.
Those two, you could put those two together and have a country version of ZZ Top.
Oh, could you imagine? Yeah, yeah, with the beards.
Yeah, boys, big old beard with big old beards and just killer voices. Wow.
Oh yeah, he was really, really good. Yeah. And then your buddy.
Yeah, you want to talk about a total coincidence? Was I was at my job, and one of the secretaries had asked me. She says, "Well, what are you doing this weekend?" I was like, "Well, I'm going to Nashville," and she's like, "Oh, Cindy's going," and I'm like, "Oh, really? Cindy's going to Nashville?" I said, "That's cool." She says, "Well, what are you going to do while you're in Nashville?" I said, "I'm going to the Grand Ole Opry." I said, "I've never been there. It's on my bucket list, so I'm going to the Grand Ole Opry." And she goes, "Well, that's cool. What a coincidence." She says, "Cindy's going to the Grand Ole Opry." Cindy's office. And I walk in and I said, "Cindy, I hear that you're going to be in Nashville." She goes, "Yes, we're going to the Opry. My nephew's playing the Grand Ole Opry." And I'm like, how is it the fact that we have worked together for a year and a half now, and I did not know that your nephew was a signed country music artist?
Right.
And she goes, she says, "Yeah." I'm like, "We've watched him perform at CMA Fest on the Maui Gym stage right in front of Bridgestone Arena with a pretty decent sized crowd there."
Yeah.
So I'm like, she goes, "Yeah." She goes, "He's starting to get kind of big," and I'm like, "He's performing the Grand Ole Opry."
And she's like, "Yeah."
I said, "You don't follow country music very well, do you?" And she goes, "No, I've never really been a big country fan." And I'm like, every country music artist dreams of playing the Grand Ole Opry someday. That's like number 2 to becoming a member of the Grand Ole Opry.
Right.
That's kind of like the top echelon stuff. And I said, and he's this early in his career, and he is playing the Grand Ole Opry.
Yep.
I'm like, that is a really big deal. And once I talked to her,
she was just like, "Oh."
And then she started to get nervous. She's like, "I didn't realize, I think she got nervous for him."
I think so too.
And it was like, yeah, this is a huge deal. So, and then I'm like, "Well, by the way, I would really love to interview your nephew."
Right.
So, but I says, "I understand, he's on Universal Records Nashville." So I understand he's got people to go through and everything. So I'm like, "But here's a business card just in case."
Give him our card.
I would really love to have him on our show and talk to him. And she's like, here's the disappointing part. She didn't even know we had a show.
Right.
She hardly ever leaves her. I mean, this lady is dedicated. Very rarely ever leaves her office because she is just slammed busy all day long and everything. And we never really have a chance to talk personally.
Right.
She's one of those people. I go in, I help her from time to time when she needs help, but we've never really had personal conversations.
Right.
So when we started having this conversation, she was just like, "Oh wow!" So, of course, now she follows Tiki Man Radio and Tropical Country, and she may be listening. I don't know, but it was
if you are, your
awful
nephew
exciting.
did a great job.
So I asked her, I'm like, "Was you able to give him our card?" And she goes, "Listen, after we left the Opry early because and we went back to his house."
Yeah.
And she said there was just it was like a big party.
Yep.
And everybody was trying to have their time and everything with him. And so she was like, I got to give him a hug and tell him great job, and I was proud of him. And that was pretty much the extent of what I got to see him that whole night, because it's just it was.
I'm sure it was
a
a
very, very big deal and a big party. The fact that he just played the Grand Ole Opry.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I hopefully some point in time maybe we'll be able to hook up. I said if we can't get him on the show, that's fine. Maybe that we can at least give me the contact information, and we can reach out to his management and see if we can hook up something for CMA Fest.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
Because we are wanting to go to CMA Fest again. Moni, be safe and be careful up there. Moni's got some storms brewing up there and knocking the internet out. So
I am so sorry.
So be careful. Okay. I've got the information for the pharmacy. Thank you, Michelle.
Okay. All right. Well, we got like I said, we got lots and lots to talk about. We have the JBL Travel Minute coming up here very, very shortly.
About 5 minutes.
Less than 5 minutes. So how about let's just kick some things off with Big Vinny, Stuck.
I wonder if you're thinking about me the way I keep thinking about you.
I remember how you stuck your hand in mine where we were on the boardwalk. You stuck that 5 in the jar for the tiki bar band that played. And getting stuck with you in that photo booth Stuck that picture in a bottle. Bet it's probably still floating out there in the Chesapeake Bay. And that's a hell of a memory we made. You're still stuck in my head like a song that played that night when the cool Virginia beach rain soaked us both down to the bone. Yeah, we just kept on dancing. Your shirt stuck to your skin, I was stuck to you all night long, baby. Barely kept my cool, cause I never wanted anybody else that much. Yeah, and that's where I'm still stuck. Yeah, that's where I'm still stuck. You stuck your bag in that taxi cab when that week was all over. My heart stuck in my throat when you got inside and left. I stood there tasting that last kiss. Stuck your hand out the window. Gave me that little goodbye wave I know I never will forget. Yeah, and I still wonder if I'm still stuck in your head like a song that played that night when the cool Virginia beach rain soaked us both down to the bone. Yeah, we just kept on dancing. Your shirt stuck to your skin, I was stuck to you all night long, baby. Barely kept my cool, cause I never wanted anybody else that much. Yeah, and that's where I'm still stuck. Played that night when the cool Virginia beach rain soaked us both down to the bone. Yeah, we just kept on dancing. Your shirt stuck to your skin, I was stuck to you all night long, baby. Barely kept my cool, cause I never wanted anybody else that much. Yeah, and that's where I'm still stuck. Yeah, that's where I'm still stuck. Right where you left me, baby. You're still stuck in my head like a song that played that night when the cool Virginia beach rain soaked us both down to the bone. Yeah, we just kept on dancing. Your shirt stuck to your skin, I was stuck to you all night long, baby. Barely kept my cool, cause I never wanted anybody else that much. Yeah, and that's where I'm still stuck. You're stuck inside my head. Yeah, that's where I'm still stuck. You're stuck inside my mind. You're right where you left me, baby. You're stuck inside my head. Yeah, that's where I'm still stuck. You're stuck inside my mind. Yeah, that's where I'm still stuck.
Hey y'all, it's your boy Butter here from the show Real Life with Butter and the band Trailer Choir. You should do what I do and tune into Tropical Country with B-Dawg and Lou on TikiManRadio.com. That's Wednesday, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Island Time. Holla!
And now, Tiki Man Radio is proud to present the JBL Legends Travel Moment with Joe Leo. Take it away, Joe.
Good morning, everybody. It's Joe Leo here with the JBL Travel Group with this week's Travel Minute. And this week I want to talk about sustainable travel. There's been a heightened awareness about environmental changes because of the challenges we're facing all over the world, such as climate change and biodiversity loss and resource depletion. So basically what sustainable travel is, it takes into full account the current and future economic, social, and environmental impact on the places that we travel all over the world. So in essence, it means finding a way to that tourism can be maintained long-term without harming natural and cultural environments. So many of the hotels and the cruise lines around the world have adopted what's called ISO 14001, which is a internationally recognized standard for Environmental Management, which singles their commitment to environmental improvement. So today what I want to do is I want to talk about cruise lines and what they have been doing to promote sustainable travel and to minimize the impact on the environment. First of all, I want to let you know that cruise lines have already invested over $22 billion in helping to reduce the carbon footprint by switching to cleaner fuels. Many of the cruise lines are now using cleaner burning fuels like a marine gas oil instead of the traditional heavier bunker diesel type fuels. And many of them on the newer ships now have transitions to LNG, which is liquefied natural gas. And this is something that is continuing to evolve as the newer ships come out and as they retrofit some of the older ships. The next thing that they have done is to work with the cruise ports where they dock to invest in shore power infrastructure. So what this means is this shore power technology allows the ships to connect to the local electrical grid while they're docked in port, which significantly reduces the need for the ships to run their onboard engines, which then minimizes emissions during their stay in port. Next, most of the cruise lines have also implemented advanced waste management and recycling programs. And these programs focus on reducing and reusing and recycling materials that are used on board, as well as minimizing waste. If you've been on a cruise lately, you've noticed that they've eliminated single-use plastics. The most obvious ones are plastic straws. They give you those stupid paper ones now. I tell them to keep it. Just give me my cup. And the other thing is water bottles. Now, if you purchase water on a ship, they come in a recyclable cardboard container, kind of like a milk container. And then many of the cruise lines have also partnered with environmental organizations and research facilities to promote marine conservation and to protect the wildlife. Most of the cruise lines also have their own private islands, and this has really been a big factor in helping to protect the environment because they are going to ports, the private islands are as a port rather than to overpopulating maybe another major port. So this has become very effective and they're using them more and more. Matter of fact, one of the cruise lines took a 100+ acre, once polluted industrial island in the Bahamas, cleaned it up and turned 46 acres of it into beaches and an oasis for their visitors when they come there, and took 84 square miles of that island and created a marine reserve for the wildlife. The key here, though, is transparency, and the cruise lines have made a commitment to continue to improve their operations. Some of them publish annual sustainability reports on their websites so that the cruisers can stay informed of their efforts. Now, there's a number of other efforts being made we won't get into, but cruise lines are looking into the areas of renewable energy sources, regenerative travel, and, of course, wildlife conservation on a continual basis. So you can see that the cruise lines are sailing into a sustainable future because they recognize the need for action and the need to prioritize. I can't say that. Prioritize. Anyway, eco-conscious practices. So the next time you're thinking about taking a cruise, take a look at the cruise line. Take a look at their website. Talk to us as your travel agents and choose a cruise line that values transparency and that is making sustainability a top priority. Now, these are things that a lot of us don't think about when we jump on a cruise ship or we're going to visit an island, of what they're doing to protect the environment and what they're doing to protect culture in that area, the wildlife, So it's just very important, and it's become the awareness has become very increased over the last few years. So anyway, this has been Joe Leo with this week's Travel Minute. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a great day.
Thanks, Joe. Always travel with someone you trust. JBL Legends Travel and Joe Leo. Reach out to him at 732-831-5200. The official travel company of Tiki Man Radio.
Summer nights in a small town. Long necks, long cut. Dad needs his long cut, so I can make a couple bucks and spend it on you. Sparks already flying, and it ain't even the 4th of July yet. Quick trip, stick shift, rolling down the main street. Cause my buddy John got a new lift kit. Throw it in fifth, how fast can we go? Summer nights in a small town. Nowhere to go, that's how we roll. Summer nights in a small town. We sit bit fast, we take it slow. Summer nights in a small town. 1, 2, 3 in the morning. Keep on dancing, keep on pouring. Just us in our own little world. Summer nights in a small town. By now I'm pissing off a porch, getting litty off a pour, lighting up a little ciggy off a citronella torch. And if you don't wanna know, then why the hell you asking? Cause I'ma shoot you straighter than a George Strait classic. Nowhere to go, that's how we roll. Summer nights in a small town. We sit bit fast, we take it slow. Summer nights in a small town. 1, 2, 3 in the morning. Keep on dancing, keep on going. Just us in our own little world. Summer nights in a small town. Summer nights in a small town. Summer nights in a small town. Nowhere to go, that's how we roll. Summer nights in a small town. We sit bit fast, we take it slow. Summer nights in a small town. 1, 2, 3 in the morning. Keep on dancing, keep on pouring. Just us in our own little world. Summer nights in a small town.
Summer nights in a small town. That is Matt Schuster.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, he's like I said, very, very talented, and like I said, I told Cindy, I'm like, how the heck did I not know? How could we even do this
I don't know, because we probably could have had him in studio if we would have known about
before he
6
signed a
months
record
earlier.
deal?
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Hey, we got Uncle Alex in the studio.
Wait a minute.
It worked that time.
It did.
You just got to not press buttons so fast.
That's right. Have a little bit of patience.
Well, you know me. I want stuff. I want stuff to happen and happen now. Whoa, what happened there? Right-row. Hold on. Let me get back to you. I don't know. I hit buttons too fast. I don't know.
Uncle Alex said the fly's gone now.
Oh, the fly's gone now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Flies in.
So let's see.
I missed it the first time.
I don't know what happened there.
Again.
I don't know. The weather is just messing with things tonight.
I think it really is. Our temperature, Uncle Alex and I were just talking about this. We've dropped 40 degrees.
40 degrees since
in about 12 hours.
It was 68 degrees here today and 63 degrees in Boca Raton this morning.
Wow.
It was warmer this morning than it was in Florida.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we're down to, by the morning, we're supposed to be
27, 28.
Yeah, 27 or 28.
Well, I know the wind has picked up, so I know a couple people said that the video has been buffering. That was just maybe because we got some really high wind here.
Yeah.
So that may be playing some things with our internet. I don't know, but
buffer 3 times. But.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's not normal because normally our internet's really, really good. We never have any issues with it. But like I said, it is really, really, really windy out there. So
it is. It is. Mo, hopefully it's not blurry anymore.
No. Am I clear? Clear. All right.
You're clear now.
All right. Well, we had the JBL.
I'm sorry, Michelle.
We had the JBL Travel Minute, but now is the time you've been waiting for. This is the final question to the JBL Travel Group Travel Giveaway, celebrating our new studio and the beginning of our 4th season. And, of course, as the questions have went, they've gotten harder.
Yes.
And I saw this question, and I'm like, ooh, this is a toughie. So if you haven't been playing so far, that's fine. Just go back and watch the last week's episode. I put all of the questions up on the screen so you can see them. And then you just have to go to Tiki Man Radio and go to the YouTube channel, or you can listen to 5 o'clock somewhere with Rick or the Sunday show. And those travel minutes are out there, and you just got to listen to them to find the answers, because that's where you can't Google this. So, because there's a lot of it that Joe has covered that you just can't Google it. You got to go listen to the Travel Moment, and then you also find out why you hired JBL Travel Group to be your travel agent. I'm telling you that. So, without further ado, let me get over here and question number 10. This is your bonus question and the final question. What are the 3 things you should consider when looking at online reviews? What are the 3 things you should consider when looking at online reviews? Well, what you do is, after you finish answering all 10 of your questions, you don't need to write out the questions. You just need to have all of your answers listed on your email. And you're going to send Joe an email at jbltravelgroup@gmail.com. jbltravelgroup@gmail.com. And you must send him your answers by 12 a.m. on March 6th. So that gives him time to get everything sorted through on that day. And, of course, that is also the night. That is a Wednesday. And then he will be on the show later that night. And we will draw for the winners, or he will draw for the winners. So
yep, he's going to be doing the drawing, and he's going to be announcing.
That's right. So once again, your question is, what are the 3 things you should consider when looking at online reviews? Email your entry form with your answers to jbltravelgroup@gmail.com no later than 12 a.m. on March 6th, 2024. So there you go. So good luck to everybody, and I'm excited to see who wins. So, it's gonna be cool.
Oh, yep. Joe just reminded us, when you send that email to JBL Travel Group at gmail.com, make sure that you put the word contest in the subject line.
Very good, very good.
That way Joe knows that it's the contest email and not someone wanting to book a trip or something like that.
We don't want you to get left out for crying out.
Yeah.
I got 10 questions. I want to book a trip.
Right.
I got 10 questions about a trip.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh, now Mo's jumping off. She says, good night. Got to review a few travel videos.
Well, the key is you're supposed to do that after our show, Mo.
Right.
Come on, after the show.
You get 1 extra day. It's leap year.
That's right. Here's an interesting. I got a trivia question for you. Uncle Alex he's a wealth of wisdom. So we'll see if he knows this one, and I can see if you know this one as well, Lou.
Okay.
All right. So we have the leap year. How many years?
4.
Every 4 years. Why is that? Do we know why we have a leap year?
I put it in the archives. I put it in the archives.
You put it in the archives?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Well, because a day is actually not 24 hours. It's like 24.2 something, but it's not an exact 24 hours. So every 4 years, we have accumulated those extras, which gives us that extra day.
Oh.
So here's the big question. Since we have every 4 years as a leap year, how long do we go before we have to skip a leap year on its scheduled year? And why do we do that?
And I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Me either.
I found that this was something new I found out this morning.
I don't.
It was a trivia contest. It was a trivia contest question. Every 100 years,
Okay.
we have to skip leap day
Really?
because of we don't have enough hours to have that one day.
So here's one. Well,
Mm-hmm.
when's the next skip? Because I know it wasn't in my lifetime, but it might be in the next.
The last skip, it happens every 100 years.
Yeah,
so
but
your last skip
when
was
was
in
it?
2000.
2000. Really?
Yep, and the one before that was 1900, and the one before that was 1800.
So we skipped the year 2000. How did we?
We skipped.
No, I know not the whole
Skipped
year.
leap year.
We skipped the leap
the
day.
leap day.
Yeah. But it does it every 100 years.
Huh.
So that was the question that was on the trivia contest that I heard this morning. So I thought it was very interesting because I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I did not.
I mean, I knew we had it every 4 years. I wasn't really sure why. I'd heard, some different things, but good. That kind of made sense. But then I did not know that every 100 years we have to skip leap year because we don't have enough accumulated time to have it. So interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
I have to look at that.
Now, the more you know.
Now you know the rest of the story.
There you go.
Yeah. Just like I was talking to at work, I asked the secretary something, and she was kind of like you. She's like,
Why?
I don't think that's in the memory bank anymore. And I'm like, well, you know what they say. When you get to be our age, to learn something new, you got to forget something else.
Right?
We ain't got no more room for new information, so we got to start
Well, listen.
shredding old files to be
I
able
forget
to.
all kinds of stuff, so I should have plenty of room up there to learn new things. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my!
It comes back at 2:30 in the morning. Oh yeah.
Oh, I have done that. I have been sound
really
asleep and woke
has.
up out of a
Yeah,
dead
it's
sleep
like,
going,
I got it.
because I was thinking about something when I went to sleep, and out of the blue, I'll wake up in the middle of the night and like, Eureka!
Write it
Yeah.
down. Write it down.
Yeah, he really does. Mo, we skipped the year 2000.
2000 happens every 100 years.
Did not know that it landed like on that, like on an even year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't.
Okay.
So
Didn't know. Well, Nana, Aunt Du's mom,
yeah.
we call her Nana, and she is a leap year baby.
Oh, so happy birthday to her tomorrow.
So do they
Yeah.
skip her birthday every 100 years?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Callie. Callie just said it would suck to be born February 29th. That's
There are a lot of people out there born on
well,
February
you know
20th.
what? Nana says that it's kind of good because she only counts her age every 4 years.
So she's like 6.
It's like dog
Yeah.
years?
Yeah.
She's a teenager.
It's like the reverse of dog years. Yeah.
So she's a teenager.
So she's only, well, I think she's in her 20s.
Or 20s now.
Yeah.
Is she legal to drink yet?
Is she local?
No, she's in Ohio.
Look at that old sniffing
And
dog
she's
over there.
married. I know.
Is she single? Is she close?
I love it. I love it. But she'll be at Alicia's wedding, hopefully. So,
okay.
yeah, you'll meet her there.
Yeah, we are officially in wedding planning mode.
Yes.
And
Again,
we received our invite today.
our save the date.
Our save the date.
Yes.
Not our
Save
invite.
the
Our
date.
save the date. There's we started receiving.
So y'all should.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
What?
Mo always catches us. So the year 2000 shows a leap day on the calendar, or showed a leap day.
Well, I don't know.
Well,
All I
listen.
got was what was on the
Well,
show that I
she's
was
gonna
listening to.
investigate it and so
Well, yeah.
nice.
So yeah.
Yeah, you'll both
My
investigate.
father-in-law actually passed away on a leap year,
So yeah.
2016. So my
So,
wife
you know-
did not bring it up. So I'm like, okay,
Oh,
ex-wife.
yeah. We'll have to look it up, Mo. Now.
Oh, that's when it buffered the second time. Is when Laura was saying, "Oh, Alex lost 130 pounds in August of 2022."
Mm-hmm.
Then it went. That was
Well,
Okay, here we
my
go.
divorce.
I was gonna say I didn't say the rest of it.
No.
All right, here we go. I got the answer.
Okay.
The rule is that if the year is divisible by 100 and not divisible by 400, leap year is skipped. For example, the year 1900, which is divisible by 100, but not by 400. Therefore, the leap day was skipped. Leap year was not skipped in 2000 because it is divisible by both numbers.
Oh,
so
good call, Mel.
the next leap year skip will actually be the year 2100. So, there's the answer. So,
the year 2100.
My bad, and I may have misunderstood because they said every 100 years. So, and I knew they was talking about 1900. So I just maybe assumed about 2000. But
put in gazentas divisible.
So
yeah, why? Okay, so that so divisible by every 100 years, divisible by
if it's divisible by 100, but not by 400,
but not by 400.
Yes,
that's just weird.
I needed.
Well, and that's all because our days aren't 24 hours.
Okay, then.
All right,
that's just weird.
Good shot, Mo.
Moving on.
Yeah, Mo. Joe says, now I feel smart. See, just listen to us. You learn.
That's right. You learned something.
Another JBL question.
You always learn something. That's good trivia for the travel man right there.
There you go.
So, but, anyway. But
Michelle says, I am not doing math. Just pour me some wine.
Pour me another one.
I need a shot.
Right. Yeah, 2100. I don't think I'll be here either.
No, I don't think so. But but anyway, we were talking about our trip to Nashville, and like I said, the going to the Grand Ole Opry. We got to go backstage. We got to see that. We got to learn kind of a little bit about how to become an artist, and that it is actually
a member.
There is no real guidelines. Really, it's determined by the people there at that
the powers that
be at the Grand Ole Opry. So there really is no checklist that you got to hit to become a member. But it was kind of cool.
They did say there is a moral clause.
There is a moral clause, yeah. So that would understand why some artists haven't made it.
Right.
So, but there's also a thing about things that the artist is willing to do. I mean, because they more or less are signing a contract that they're willing to do certain things for
they have to
the
perform
Opry
so many times a year. They have to participate. And I noticed, some of the videos that they were showing us, they take you in this little room and they have you watch it's really cool. It kind of looks like a hologram of Garth and Trisha talking about the
history.
Opry and the history.
Yeah.
And then there's another video that they showed a few minutes later in another area, and it was Lauren Elena. And, she was just inducted not long ago. And she's already doing the promo videos and different things for the Opry. So there are some requirements of things that you have to do and so many performances that you need to do per year. I think some people get out of that a little bit, but... Yeah, so I think it's...
And that would explain why there's certain...
So there are some who have turned it down.
Yeah, I mean, George Strait, the king, is not a member of the Grand Ole Opry because... I would say it's not because of moral clause, but it's probably because he's not able or willing to do the other things that's required because, number one, he doesn't live in Nashville.
Right.
He lives down in Texas, and he's proud Texan, and I think probably avoids Nashville at all costs. Occasionally, he'll do a show at the Bridgestone Arena, but other than that,
he doesn't hang out in Nashville.
He doesn't hang out in Nashville very often, at least that you know of, anyway. But yeah, we got to see that. We got to see the they all have like a little post office, so all the artists have mail in there, and it's cool. It's the old style post office with the glass windows and things like that, so you can actually see in the box that they have mail.
And they said that it is so the Grand Ole Opry is one of two places in the United States that you can
write the person's name
and just write the Grand Ole Opry.
That's it.
And that's all you have to put, and it will get there.
I've been back there a few times.
The only other place that you can do that is the White House. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah,
been there also.
But yeah, if you want to write an Opry member a letter, that's all you got to do is write their name and then just put the Grand Ole Opry, Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah, that's all you need. You don't need the address because post office
back there and stuff.
Yeah, the dressing rooms.
You get your nameplate on the wall. And
we got to go. Check out the dressing rooms and everything. And it was funny because the one lady's like, you could go in and look around and all of that. Well, somebody opened up a door to one of the dressing rooms because the lady said, go check out the dressing rooms. You can walk around. And, well, that happened to be at the point in time when Vince Gill was sitting in there doing, doing an interview. So,
well, and I think in that case, somebody came out of the room not realizing there was a group of about 20 of us standing in the hallway.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was funny because I got a quick glimpse, but I saw Vince sitting on the couch and he just smiled and waved at something. And they they immediately shut the door. Like, oh, you can't
oh shit, there's people out there.
You can't see this.
Yeah.
But we, the cool thing is, we got to go in and literally sit down in what they refer to as the family room, which is more or less the artist green room that they sit in before they get called to go out on stage, which is very cool. I didn't realize that, the whole back, it's like a warehouse back there. It's nothing glamorous or anything like that back there.
All black.
But the cool thing is we got to go see the soundstage where they filmed Hee Haw and also the TV show Nashville. So, and then, of course, when I was walking by the dressing rooms, they're like, if this dressing room looks familiar, this is where the big cat fight happened on the TV show Nashville. So
I was like, yes.
You loved
that show.
There's really not that many seats, though. And how many?
They say it seats 4,000.
Really?
But it doesn't seem that
it doesn't,
big.
But
it
there's
did
no armrest, so it's
you're sitting on a church pew.
You're up in the balconies or whatever. It's just, you're crammed in.
Yeah, we were. Now, luckily, we had a couple empty spots beside us, so we kind of spread out.
A little bit.
And the girl sitting beside me, she kind of spread out too, so it didn't. We filled it in, but it was nice to have that extra room because I think I would have just been dying if not. But
claustrophobic.
Oh yeah, because I got us seats almost center stage, right on the aisle. But it was the first.
We were just off.
I saw the
row in the balcony.
We was just off stage right as you're looking at the stage.
Yeah.
Saw your photos.
Yeah. So it was one of those things where when you stood up, you were like, I'm just going to sit back down. But we weren't on the super high balcony, so that's good. We were like on I think they call it the mezzanine.
Yeah.
So yeah. It was pretty cool.
And let me tell you, if you ever have an opportunity to go see a show at the Grand Ole Opry, just go. It doesn't even matter who's performing, I think, because I think you will absolutely have a fantastic time. It's an interesting experience. They kind of do what we do. They do TV and radio all at the same time. So it is kind of a cool production of how they do that. And
I got to tell you, Uncle Alex, B-Dawg, for the whole I bought him these tickets at Christmas, and I told him
she's going to tell on me.
It's just going to be the luck of the draw.
She's going to tell on me.
It's just going to be the luck of the draw. We don't know who's going to be there. And they start announcing them one at a time, kind of as it gets closer. And he starts going, oh, yay, Bill Anderson. Oh, yay. And so everybody that, as they announced him, he was like, is there anybody like...
I'm like, listen. The week before, Cody Johnson was here.
Okay.
Next week, Lainey Wilson is going to be here.
Yeah.
Who do I get? I get Whispering Bill Anderson and Jeannie Seeley, and I'm like, all these old people. But then they started filling in, the different acts.
They gotta have one draw.
But now, I'm going to recant a lot of what I said. Because Bill Anderson's 83, Jeannie Seeley is 86. Okay. Jeannie Seeley opened up the show.
She was hysterical.
Oh my God, I didn't realize she was a comedian too.
She is so funny.
Oh my goodness, she was funny, very interact. You can tell that this lady has been an entertainer for 70 years or whatever.
Yeah, she's a pro.
She was an absolute pro out there on the stage, and she owned it. And she owned that crowd, and
she had everybody laughing and interacting with her, and she's a pro for sure.
Yeah. Well, is it? So
Yeah.
And then Whispering Bill came out and he sang a couple songs.
I love him. His voice isn't
his
the same.
voice isn't what it used to be, but at the same time, I'm glad we got to see them because as you're sitting there, and I think that's when it really hit me when I'm watching them perform, and realize Bill Anderson is the longest active member of the Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah.
Who's still
Now that
alive.
little Jimmy
Who's still
starts
alive.
Looking at legends.
And
Yeah, we were
so
looking
like
at
we're
legends.
sitting here and looking and watching acts from the Grand Ole Opry's history.
From the beginning.
Yeah.
And how many more
Yeah.
people are going to be able to say that they actually sit and saw these legends perform on the stage of the Grand Ole Opry? Because 83 and 86, we don't know how many years they got left and how many or how long they're still going to be able to take the stage and perform. So in a lot of ways it was really, really cool to be able to see the Opry's history right there before your eyes and listen to it through your own ears. That was really I guess a respectful moment where it really hit me going, it wouldn't have been the Grand Ole Opry experience if it wouldn't have been for that for me.
Yeah.
But then you got a mix of some of the new talent that that are are just now making their name in the country music industry, and then of course we found Wendy is it Moten? Wendy Moten. She was actually on was it The Voice or American Idol?
The Voice. I
think she was on The
also
Voice.
on Team Blake.
Yeah, she came out and said, "Listen, I went on The Voice at 56 years old to prove that us old people, we still have something to say, and we can still do it." But and so she was on that. But there was one thing.
She's amazing.
Yeah, but the one thing we didn't know before that, she was Vince Gill's backup singer prior to going on The Voice. So she is a seasoned pro herself.
Has some sort of history. So
Yeah, and
you don't just
she
walk in and knock on the door.
Yeah, and she did a fantastic job. She did a tribute to Ray Charles, and that was
Sang America.
Sang America, the Beautiful, and it was, just
It was
she knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
And then Vince Gill closed out the night. And
Oh Lord.
you want to talk about somebody who was a bawling? I'm going to talk openly weeping by the end of our experience, and that would have been Lou.
It was a big old ugly cry, y'all. It was so. I've always liked Vince Gill, and I was excited that he was going to be at the Opry because he's a big deal, and because
he's a Grand Ole Opry member as well.
Yeah, and he's kind of one of the. He's going to be like the next Whispering Bill. He's like the next generation of Opry, right? And so he gets up there and he starts singing and it's all fine. And you could tell he wasn't feeling very well. His voice was still spot on, but it was a little raspy, which it's not normally. And his cheeks were a little flushed.
Well, his talking voice was more raspy than normal.
Oh, yeah.
But he started singing. Let me tell you what, he still hit the notes.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. So he sings the first song. It's all good. He sings the second song. And as soon as the music started, I started tearing up a little bit because it was Look at Us. And that has always been one of the songs, one of the modern day songs that my dad would play for my mom. And so, and he would always say, honey, this is going to be us. And so as I'm listening to it, I'm getting teary-eyed because I'm thinking of them and being at the Opry. And
look at us. We're in the Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah. And then I started thinking, oh my God, we're that next generation of Look at Us, So then I get even more mushy. Then he's done with that song, and I made it, and did not ugly cry. And then he starts into, he's going to do this next song for his friend Toby Keith in memory of him. As soon as he said that,
you knew what song it was going to be.
I knew what was coming, and he started singing Go Rest High on That Mountain. It never, and I don't know why, we played that song at my dad's funeral.
Okay.
And so I don't know why. It might have been while y'all were out tailgating, Uncle Alex.
Yeah, I know.
But
cheers.
But it never occurred to me that he might sing that song. So when that song started, it just took my breath away. And as he sang, I'm like covering my face, I'm covering my mouth, I'm trying to hold it together.
And of course, they have video in the background of basically the galaxy.
Yeah, like the heavenly skies. And so I'm like trying my hardest not to ugly cry. And then I hear the girl beside me sniffling. And I look over and she's wiping her tears. And I'm like, okay. And then I hear the lady behind me sniffling. And I'm like, all right, so everybody's crying at this point. I'm all right. And then
I even may have had a little tear.
Yes, he did. And then it's his fault that I started ugly crying because he looked over at me as I'm crying. He said, "You okay, babe?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm all right." He said, "Daddy's here." And I just ugly, hysterical, almost out loud sobbing.
Mm-hmm.
And then Vince launches into what he calls the secret verse. And it is a third verse that he added years after he originally wrote the song.
Never recorded.
And he never recorded it.
He said that he always felt like that song, that it needed an ending.
Yes.
And he says he just always felt like that song never had an ending, which, of course, that song is like multi-platinum, it is a hit.
Yeah.
But he still always felt like that. So he went ahead and wrote a third verse that was more of an ending for the song.
Yeah.
But he never recorded it. So that the only way that you'll ever hear this secret verse is if you go see him perform that live.
And let me just say, and I cannot remember it word for word because honestly, I was in hysterics by that point.
Mm-hmm.
I managed to be quiet, but my whole body was shaking where I was sobbing. But it had to do with
you've reached your final destination.
You've reached your final destination in heaven, and I will hug you when I get there someday. That was basically the general idea of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just a mess.
Yeah, you're at your final destination. You are safe. And
you're
I'll
safe.
I will see you again when I get there. Something like that. And I mean, you can actually go on, if you search up Vince Gill, Go Rest High, secret verse. You can find some recordings on YouTube.
And it's like, it's
but it was very
videos
powerful.
that people have taken.
Yeah. So, it's not an official video. It's like,
right.
When you're not supposed to be taking those videos, people have been taking them videos. So you can find it on YouTube. But, it would definitely put you in a different place.
Yeah, Michelle, if that song makes you cry, look up the secret verse.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
telling you.
Yeah.
I
cried. I'm gonna lie.
Was crying
it hit me. Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
Through all the emotions that you'd had the night. And like I said, when I say there was an energy, there is a like I said, stepping in that circle felt like an energy. It was just like
Uncle Alex agreed. He said he's done it like 3 times.
I've been on that circle
but there's something about when you're sitting there and then the show's going on, and then you just look around and you realize the legacy and the history, not only standing in that circle, but sitting in there and looking down at that stage and the acts that have performed there over the years. It does. It if you are a big country music fan, it really does put you in an emotional state and actually becomes a little overwhelming. And I think, by the time he got to that, he was singing and it was like everybody's crying. Then after you're done, he's like, "Good night, thanks for coming out." It's just
and then he just walked away.
Just like, you're leaving me like that? You can't sing something happy to bring me up before you're going to leave me out here crying?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
It was cool. So, Uncle Alex, you said you've been 3 times?
I've been 3 times, almost 4. Annie and I went one year, and that's when they had the big flood. I forget what year.
Oh, yeah, that was awful.
We couldn't get in there. We couldn't, I mean, it was just... It was amazing that they were able to bring it back. But,
yeah.
Well, the funny thing was, through that flood and everything, they managed to save that mural in the family room. You still see the water line where that water was inside that room, but they managed to save that mural, which is just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's you haven't gotten to do it yet, honey, but when
there's a lot of things on my bucket list still doing Nashville.
I
trust
know.
me.
When I took Rachel for her GRAF for her 21st birthday, and we went to do the backstage tour, and at that time, little Jimmy Dickens was still alive. And, excuse me. So at that time, when we went to see the mailboxes, they were saying that all the mailboxes were in order of when they
were inducted.
Except little Jimmy Dickens.
Because he had to have one in the bottom row so he could reach it.
Yes. So they put his on the very bottom row so that he could reach it, because if they would have put his on the top where it belonged, he would have had to have a ladder. Yeah.
And I thought it was funny also because you looked at all the gold plaques of all the members in the Grand Ole Opry. There was one plaque that was upside down.
Oh, yeah.
And that's for the guy, I forget the name.
I forget his name.
It's kind of back in the day, but he was a comedian. So he thought it would be funny if he hung his upside down.
Yeah, because they hang their own plaque.
They hang their own plaque. So the Opry left it that
They let
way.
him do that.
So you go through there. There's that one plaque that's literally upside down because he just thought it'd be funny.
I thought it was funny.
Have you all been to the convention center?
Convention center?
Yes.
The Gaylord?
Yes.
That's an amazing place.
It is amazing. The convention center and the hotel there. Yeah.
They have one in Orlando also.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've
Different
gone.
themes and the whole.
We've been there for
that's
Christmas
cool.
to see all the decorations
ice-
at Christmas
right.
time.
Did you go for the ice show or?
No.
No.
Oh, you got to do.
No, we got to walk through like that inside garden that they had all the decorations and everything up. That was very cool.
I think it's neat that you can, you don't even have to be staying there.
No.
You can just go into
And walk around.
into Opryland and walk around and ride the boat inside the hotel and all of that stuff.
They charge you for parking, but
Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask
they
the
charge
Tiki
for
Man for a
parking.
raise for me to be able to afford to stay at the Gaylord. I'm just
You gotta
we have to get a raise before we do
major
that.
Corporation, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's
We still staying at the Holiday Inn.
4 different seasons at each Grand Ole.
Do what?
Gaylord. There's usually like 4 seasons.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or 4 different areas of. I don't even remember what they did in Tennessee, but in Orlando they had the Everglades, they had Fort Lauderdale, they had.
Oh, so it was like 4 different areas.
Wow.
Themes, yeah.
Wasn't aware of that.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's the one, I didn't even know they had one down there in Florida.
Yeah, in Orlando.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Well, there's another place we got to go.
But the ice show, I'm taking the grandkids, and it's amazing.
Oh wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to do that this winter. We say every winter we want to do it, and we haven't gotten to do it yet.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Tiki Man's going to start getting mad at me. No, in my defense, I did tell you that once we were empty nesters and we didn't have kids to take care of anymore, that we were going to start traveling and knocking things off of our bucket list of things we wanted to do. But
he'll be there this year.
But
this
unfortunately, we work all week and then we do a show in the middle of the week, so the weekend is all I got.
Well, you
so
might have lost your parking spot. I'm not sure.
well, like I said, I'm waiting
That
for
means Uncle Alex stole your
no,
parking
I
spot.
did not. I had not.
No,
Flaz might
Flaz
have
probably stole it.
Flaz
So
stole
I heard him on the show. He goes, I think I moved up to number 3. I see how it is.
That's funny.
That just goes to show everybody can be replaced.
We did, right. We did listen to the show.
We did for a little bit.
For a little while.
Then we had to go
till we
meet
met
Mark,
Mark.
and have lunch
Yeah.
or brunch.
The Golden Girls showed up. So.
Oh,
good.
very nice. So I'm glad it all worked out for you, Tiki Man. I really do. I apologize I wasn't there. I don't know. I may have to show up this week and try out for my old job. He may have already replaced me, so who knows. But with like I said, we have the weekends. That's about the only time we have now to be able to take off, go explore, and do things that we want to do. And now with the business starting to take off, taking off quicker than I anticipated. I thought, I get a gig here, gig there. I did not expect to have people reaching out as quickly as they have.
Yeah.
And I honestly didn't expect I would be possibly traveling as much as I may be here in the near future. But I'm excited about it. And, unfortunately with that, as the Tiki Man says, for everything that you gain, you lose something.
Seize the moment.
And that may, I don't know. Well, I'm going to stick with it for as long as I can. But obviously, if I got a gig going on that's cost me, where I'm making the money and I'm not going to be able to travel to be back there in the morning, I may have to miss a few more. So who knows? Eventually, I may just be in that guest slot, I don't know. Or I've just fired. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what he does Sunday.
Oh, he did a shout out to J-Man?
That's why J-Man all of a sudden started liking my stuff. You see, the Grand Ole Opry, he's like, glad to see you at the Opry. Have a good time.
Heather ran into him at the recycle.
So that, I see. I see what's going on here now.
Uh-huh.
Out with the old, back in with the new. So, all righty. Well, I'll tell you, it's been a minute. We haven't played any music. But
I
you know what?
We might want to play some music.
Well, I'm going to play some music because, you've heard the Kirsty Krause has a brand new song out. And you've heard it before. You could buy it or stream it or anything right here on Tiki Man Radio. But it will officially be available March 1st on all outlets and where you buy music. So how about let's just give her a little plug for Beaches Be Crazy.
Tossing mullets and Perdido, sucking on mojitos, Cabana out in Lido. Beaches be crazy. Beaches be crazy. Bike week in Daytona, lime in my Corona, sugar, sand, and Pensacola. Beaches be crazy. Beaches be crazy. It's your night to know there's somewhere you can go. Just pick a coast and leave yourself behind. Show off your wild side and let your freak flame fly. Wet t-shirt and South Padre, double shots of Jose, all-nighters with the DJ. Well, Beaches be crazy. Beaches be crazy. Half naked in Miami, stoned in Venice, Cali, getting laid in Hawaii. Beaches be crazy. Beaches be crazy. It's your night to know there's somewhere you can go. Just pick a coast and leave yourself behind. Show off your wild side and let your freak flame fly. Fantasy Fest down in Key West. Well, you know the rest. Beaches be crazy. 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 Beaches be crazy.
Hey, y'all, this is B-Dawg
And Lou.
from Tropical Country right here on Tiki Man Radio. Next time you take a trip down to the Key West and you want to get out on the water, we want you to check out our sponsor, Goaltending Services. Goaltending Services is the premier charter service in Key West. They offer a wide range of amenities. Goaltending Services is also a veteran-owned company, and they take care of their veterans and active duty personnel by offering a 25% discount with your veteran or military ID. For more about Goaltending Services, give them a call at 305-916-0990
Or look them up online at goaltendingservices.com.
Off the coast on a boat, drop a rock on the radio.
Here's your weekly lineup for Tiki Man Radio. Sundays, it's The Big Show. Sunday mornings with the Tiki Man starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Island Time. Streaming live on the Island J live cam from the Chocolate Bar Studios in Harrison Bay. Come over and be part of the show. After The Big Show, it's Tuesday on the Island Replay with B-Man and Michelle. Recorded live from Key West. Later that afternoon, it's 5 o'clock somewhere with Rick the Stick. You never know where he's going to pop up. On the Road with Rick the Stick, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Island Time every Sunday. Mondays from 6 to 8 p.m., get on the Peace Train with Ed the Train Man, live from Crown Point, Indiana. Tuesday at noon, it's Surfs Up with Callie McCool and the student crew. Tiki Man Radio's internship from Antioch High School in California. The kids are learning how to produce and do their own show. Compliments of Tiki Man Radio. It's the Lunchbox Special with Surfs Up every Tuesday at noon Eastern Island Time. Wednesdays, it's Where the Boots Meet the Beach with Tropical Country with B-Dawg and Lou, streaming live on the MFG Tropical Live Cam from the Chocolate Bar Studios from 7 to 9 p.m. Make sure you catch the Friday kickoff with Jen Shen from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. every Friday. Jen kicks off the weekend and tells you all the activities coming up on Tiki Man Radio and spotlights all of our sponsors. That's the Friday kickoff with Jen Shen every Friday from 11 to 1 p.m. You don't want to miss it. Friday starting at 8 p.m., it's Coastal Confessions with B-Man and Michelle from the Beachy Shell Studios in Key West, live every Friday, having some fun with their friends and sharing great music. Saturdays, take a trip back in time with Jukebox Saturday mornings starting at midnight and going to noon. This is where we open up the massive archives of the radio station and take you back to that old shaggin' music. That's your weekly lineup for Tiki Man Radio. Make sure you tune into all these great shows and keep listening to Tiki Man Radio and have some fun.
On a boat. That is Mr. Mark Mulch, and I'm pretty sure that is American Blonde backing him up there.
I think so.
Singing those nice harmonies. It was great to get to hang out with Mark there on Sunday. So I
really
was so
was.
glad he reached out, and we were able to like I said, hopefully we'll be collaborating on some things here very soon that we'll be able to share along the way.
That's right. Well, good night, Gigi. Golden Girl is out there tonight, and I don't think I got to say hello to her in the beginning. So.
I think we did because I mentioned her name.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
We did.
Well, good night.
How could we could, and hello to Golden.
Right. And
which we know he's been in bed hours ago.
Right? Can't say as I blame him.
Tell Connor to call me for driving lesson.
Oh, Connor's going to call you for driving lessons?
I've already given him one. He doesn't call me back.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Tim Sharon, hello to you.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, Tim. See you soon. I'll be back in Florida.
Oh, there you go.
I'm going to tell you what. Talk about a busy guy.
I know, right?
He's got so many irons in the fire.
I know.
I don't know how you can tell which end's up there.
Also, Joe says, wow, the emails are already starting to come in. So people are already sending in their answers for the contest. And Joe is carefully keeping track of those.
I was going to say, because we already know that some people totally just tuned our show out so we could find the answers because,
She didn't really, though, because she just commented. Mo just said.
You did go anywhere, did you? I knew better. I really did.
So Mo wants to know how your home delivery's going, Uncle Alex.
They're sitting there 16 inches apart, so now the weather is holding me up. So hopefully they'll come in Friday and match them.
So at least they're in the yard.
Yes.
Yeah, we saw the pictures of how they got them in the yard, and it's amazing that they're still right side up.
Well, the funny here's the story. But in 2014, I bought a double wide mobile home, had it in, brought in, and it came across Route 60 from Tampa to West Palm Beach.
Mm-hmm.
So part A is on, an 18-wheeler or whatever, and part B is behind it.
Mm-hmm.
A dump truck driver going the other way fell asleep and literally destroyed part B.
No.
Oh, no.
Yes. So the story is my home got into an accident on its way home.
Well, they say, most accidents happen within 25 miles of home.
This one just obliterated it.
Oh, my gosh. I can't imagine.
They pushed me up to the front of the line and had it, part B redid in 2 weeks.
Wow. Boy, it's amazing how quickly our time has gone tonight.
I know.
I'm going to tell you what.
Oh, no. Are you going to push that button again?
No.
Poor Michelle.
No, we're okay.
Oh, okay.
We're okay.
She was getting a little motion sick earlier.
No, the camera's on you.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, that is the key is to move the cameras when they're not on me.
Right.
So, I can move that camera while the other one's on you. So,
right.
The only thing, but the only bad thing is that then I can't see exactly where it is, and I hope it went to its original preset, and that wasn't like it did before when it was just
went crazy.
It just went blurry. And again, those are, even though they're kind of hardwired in, they're also feeding an internet signal as well.
Yeah.
So
that might have been part of
and
the
again, the wind and everything. So that may have been part of the problem because, like I said, the wind is pretty whipping there out there. So
yeah. Well, hey, Mr.
That's one thing we can't do anything about is Mother Nature.
Right.
She is going to do what she wants to do.
Well, hey, Mr. Tim Sharon, whenever you are ready to come in studio, you let us know.
Yeah.
I know we were talking about you coming in, so
yeah,
let me know when you have a date.
I'm going to tell you what, he's building quite a stable of talent under his talent agency.
Yes, he
there,
is.
Well, he knows he has a place to stay with Tiki Man, and he'll have a place to stay with me once my 2 houses.
Oh, there you go.
Right?
There you go. And of course, there's always checking the Alluring Getaway, see what they got too. So there's plenty of places around here to check and see a place to stay.
That's right.
That's right. So, is there any other things, last minute things that we need to wrap up here tonight?
I don't think so.
I know we was going to cover a lot, and a lot of things we just didn't get to.
I came in.
Oh, no, you didn't.
No, you added to the conversation.
Yeah.
Like you said,
Yeah. Uncle Alex doesn't get on camera very often.
No. So we are quite honored that he does come over here and stands behind the camera to be our cameraman, but then he'll come in here and sit down and have a conversation. So
yep.
We are grateful and that you're doing that for us. So, and we did miss you last week. We're like, okay, so who's getting on camera? Who's going to hold the camera?
I was under the weather.
Oh,
yeah.
I was just coming above, and I'm like, no, knowing anybody else sick. I don't know what the hell happened.
Well, I think it's hitting everybody. The illness is just running rampant right now. So, I'm hoping to stay healthy for 7 more working days, and then I go on spring break.
That'll be about the time you get sick.
So, I have been sick for every break that we've had. Christmas breaks, every break that we have had. The only break that I didn't get sick was last summer break, and that was because I worked 3/4 of the summer. So it really wasn't even a break. But I'm hoping that we break that streak, that I'll be healthy for spring break. Not sure what I'm going to do yet, because that week flies by, and still we got a show on Wednesday and everything. So it's going to be, again, if we do anything, it's going to be on the weekend, Tiki Man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He's only a little sorry.
Just bring him some crystals. He'll be fine.
And bring him some crystals. Bribe him with food. It'll be fine.
Get him a crystal, and he'll be like,
a red velvet cake.
You totally missed that one.
What?
I said, you give the Tiki Man some crystals, and he'll go, I do got to get the volume turned up on those.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to blow everybody out, but now
he hasn't played the applause, so that's good.
Yeah. Well, no, he got a new applause.
I have.
So much better.
I have.
Yeah.
We have a smaller crowd, smaller studio, so we just have golf claps.
Just a little clap.
Yeah.
Just golf claps.
Okay.
That one doesn't make me jump out of my chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can crank up the volume on the train, and then we'll see what happens next week.
I got to find my train with.
Well, Jack Mosley being like wrecking his van again.
Right? That is so funny.
All right. Well, we got to wrap things up here. So, any final lasting words for the rest of the week?
I did want to say something real quick about our chairs. A couple people have commented about the chairs that we have here in studio. Darby said he liked them as well. I've heard a lot of people say that they really like them. And we got them at a place called We Wholesale here in Chattanooga.
Okay. Wait for it. There, you can see them a little bit better.
And they actually posted on Facebook today that they have another set of 3.
Identical to those.
Identical to these. So if y'all really like them and you want 1 or 2 of them in your house.
W Wholesalers in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
W Wholesalers.
Yeah.
So, and they have a lot of really cool things down there. They just got a new shipment in. So I think I'm going to go shopping down there this weekend.
Yeah. And then you can see Mo up there in the corner above Lou's head. The old banner that our very first banner, one that we never had one because we got 2 of them and gave them away as prizes. Mo wanted to donate it back to the studio,
and we appreciate
it. So we hung it right up there. So I know you don't see it very often, but it is right.
It is there,
right there. So yeah,
golf clap.
The golf clap, yeah. Mo appreciates the new clap, by the way. Mo appreciates
it's a little more
clapping.
conserved.
Yeah, she likes it. Because Mo and I thought of that. That's why I changed myself. I mean, I changed the word.
Oh, okay.
Good Lord.
Oh my gosh. All right. So any lasting comments for the week?
Nope. That's it.
Stay away from the clap.
Stay away from the clap.
I'm going to tell you what. Yeah, I have a story about that.
We were this close to making it all show.
I have a story about that.
Oh, Lord.
Well, let's just put it this way. When you're in the military and you're on ship for months and then you make a port of call.
Oh.
And then, some guys don't behave themselves and they go out and do things they shouldn't be.
Of course, he always did.
Oh, sure.
Shouldn't be doing, okay? One of my buddies came back one day and you could hear him. He's just screaming in the bathroom. And I asked him, I'm like, seems like somebody went out and got themselves the clap. And he goes, the clap? Hell, I got a full-blown applause.
On that note.
On that note. Our week is done, and we will see you back here next week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to JBL, MFG, GTS for sponsoring the show. Go check our sponsors out. We will see you right here next week.
Bye, everybody.
the set list is all done. The night was very loud and you've been a good crowd. But you know it's time to run. You've all been very kind, thank you for your time. You put me to the test as I try to address all of your requests for the night. As we look to the moon and the manager's protocol. Well, I don't ever want to end, but for now, my friends, last song, last call. A spirit with his clientele, and the drinks are flowing well. A beer sent from the bar and a healthy tip jar. Handsome tunes that I can sell. It's been a cool room, but it's ending too soon. And they remember to tip the bartender as they surrender to the tab. And they lip sync to the lyrics that they used to recall. Anytime I gotta say those words, oh no, last song, last call. Some came as ones and left by twos. Some still are dancing in their shoes. I break down the gear as we wind it up here. After the last song that I choose, it's the last ride near closing time. The final round poured as I strung the last chords, and the guitar returns to the case. Needless to say, it was a pleasure to play for you all. Here's to toast to everyone as I finally say last song, last call. Here's a toast to everyone as I finally say last song,